Back to back, Disney with ESPN2 esports,
Wow.
bitch. Tell you
Actually
something. I
listened
get
to.
no money when you play it on your phone, so put it on Spotify. Yeah. Ow! Podcast. That's tough.
Podcasts. Kaiser boosh. Another one.
DJ Khaled.
That's what? I don't know. Like
Another
every
one.
intro is just ruined by you and your antics. I've had enough of it. Had enough. Anyway, I'm Kaiser. I'm gonna say that's boosh because every other time something crazy happens. And I don't know. But EVO. Fill me in on EVO.
All right, so I have not been watching.
What is EVO
a
first?
lot of it.
Hopefully, our listeners that don't exist know what EVO is.
EVO is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world for many, many years. That's what they used to always say.
It's only fighting games.
Only fighting games, but now it's starting to turn into a fighting game convention. But yeah,
Okay.
It's only fighting games, unless you're one of those people who says Smash Brothers is not a fighting game. So then it's fighting games and the Smash Brothers games. But
Okay.
yeah, it's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. People from around the world go. More often than not, if you're gonna go to one tournament, this is the one you go to. And for people who have been in it forever, this is where everybody catches up and hangs out in Vegas. You know.
Is it always held in Vegas or is it
Now
held
it
in
is.
different
Yeah.
locations?
Started out in
Okay.
Cali, thousands of years ago, back when there were arcade machines.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
It used to be called Battle at the Bay.
Take it to the streets.
Yeah, that's when it was more NorCal versus SoCal, featuring New York.
Mayor of Metro City kind of shit.
Yeah.
But, all right, so EVO.
So
what's going on there? Yo, by the way, I saw. I don't know if you posted it.
I did.
I did see a quick thing of
Dragon Ball.
No.
Oh, okay.
Smash Brothers, the new one. And not for nothing, it looks kind of dope.
Melee or 4?
I don't know. It was new.
Who was playing, like character wise?
I saw Sonic. I want to say I saw Sonic.
The new one.
Hedgehog.
Yeah. It's the new one.
It looked kind of dope. I'm not a Smash Brothers fanboy or anything by any means.
Yeah, no, it's
an
good.
alright game.
It's cool.
But that one looked different. Like it looked different from at least the last one I played, which was I think the GameCube one.
Oh, that's the one that's still alive. That's the one that I saw that today, the finals today. People are still playing that 20 years plus later. People are still playing that. And it's arguably, if not bigger, depending on the day, but I think they're about even right now. It's arguably just as big as the current Smash Brothers. And unlike other fighting games, it seems to be not too many crossover. Like the people who play Melee, the GameCube one, and the people who play 4 seem to be two completely different sets. Like if those people could ever get on the same page, make a game that everybody likes, it would probably easily body the rest of the fighting game community easy. Had over like 120 people watching today, 120K watching the finals.
Okay.
But I've been missing out on a lot of it. You want to just talk about EVO thoughts and shit?
All right, yeah. So back to EVO. So
I went to EVO last year. It was fucking amazing. And all I did was work too. I didn't even fucking enjoy it, but it was fun because I like fighting games. So
what are some of the big highlight games that we would care about in that Kaiser boosh?
What games are in it? Street Fighter 5, Smash Brothers,
Let's talk about
Wii U.
that real quick.
I'm gonna just say what's in it: Tekken 7, Blaze Blue, Marvel 3.
What iteration of Blaze Blue? What's it called?
Oh my gosh, why are you gonna make me say that? Doesn't even say. Oh, Blaze Blue Central Fiction. There's always a new one.
Central Fiction.
Wait. Injustice 2, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, King of Fighters 14. And then the side tournament. But so the one good thing, since this is the tournament that everybody goes to, in theory, there should be a tournament for every game. You know, like now there's the official EVO. There's only like 8 games, but if you know how to use the internet and you're that one guy who plays, like, look, man, I am the god of Street Fighter 3 Double Impact. I know only 5 people play it in the world, but all 5 people are probably there. So you can probably find that tournament and you can finally be king of the world for that one day, you know? So,
Okay.
because they have a few side tournaments here, but I won't say those. But those are all the official games. And then this year, because now it's more convention style, a lot of people showed but they had demos running in demo tournaments. So Dragon Ball had its own stream. That was pretty cool. I will say, now that I've seen Dragon Ball in action, and to be fair, no one owns the game, so everybody's doing a lot of the same thing, and there's only 6 characters, so, and it's a 3-on-3 game that's only 6 characters, so the only chance you have to learn the game, and it's one and done in the tournament too, so like no one knows what they're doing, but it does look a little bit repetitive watching it now. But the game is supposedly only 20% done. So
yeah, we're not going to give any real assessment of it.
Yeah, it just looks like a lot of people are.
That's not fair.
It just looks really, and it's made by the same people who make Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, and Persona. So I know they call those games air dashers, but man, Dragon Ball looks like the king of air dashers. Like that's all you do, and it looks like when you dash, that's a hit as well. So yeah, so it just looks like a lot of people just keep trying to do that dash, then the dash is a hit, and then I'm gonna do something, and it looks like a lot of that right now. But again, no one knows what they're doing yet, so we'll see. People like Cell.
This isn't a GBZ review. Here,
oh yes, buddy? It is. The Cell has a full screen.
Just pre-hate.
No, it's just look. These are the things. Cause look, I haven't been paying. Last year I didn't get to pay attention to EVO because I was there. And when you're there, you're having an experience, but you're missing. You can't. Everything's going on at the same time, so you can't see everything. So I definitely missed a lot, and then I kept working too, so I definitely really missed a lot. But this year I just haven't been paying attention because life and stuff. But one of the things I did, I stopped watching a tournament stream because I saw Dragon Ball was on. And I was like, all right, let me see this, something new now. And yeah, Cell had a full screen, unblockable command throw, which was pretty interesting. So, but most people weren't doing that because again, people just want to dash because we don't know what we're doing yet. So, but yeah, I mean that was the one thing I noticed. Right now, it did seem pretty repetitive, but we'll see when it comes out and stuff, and as it grows. I think Marvel was there, but I didn't get to see that. And I think another fighting game by some company I don't even know was there, but I didn't get to see that either. One of the main streams, of course, that I did watch was Street Fighter, but I probably missed a lot of the good matches. But they got that down to top 8.
The good matches. First off, everyone, that was your dose of hate for today. I wish we need a soundboard because I need sounds. So I need sound effects.
Hey.
That's not the sound effect I was going to use for that, but yeah, you get that. But anyway, that was your dose of hate. 20% done.
Yeah, I missed a lot of it. But a lot of all the names were there. One of my favorite players, I guess. So in top 8. I'll read you the top 8 and then I'll say some other stuff. Top 8 is Punk. You don't know who, you probably won't know who most of these people are, but Punk is probably, they call him in the streets, they call him the alpha because he's the one, So he's probably considered the best Street Fighter player in the world right now. I think he's from the Philly area. He plays Karen, but then because he's the best, he's starting to play with whoever he feels like now, sometimes as a joke. But Karen is the main person when he needs to bust that ass. And then the other person who's there, also American, Knuckle-Doo. Knuckle-Doo, last year's overall champion of the Capcom Tour. He is he's the hidden one because now that everybody's all watching Punk, he's the one that time forgot, you know? So there's like two guys. Those are the two people to probably worry about tomorrow. Funny enough, we're in that era where like, oh shit, you have to pay attention to Americans more than Japanese.
Where are they both from? West Coast?
Now Punk is Philly, Knuckle-Doo is
Wow.
Florida.
East Coast?
Yeah, man. It's just like
Oh.
basketball, man. Just like look, just like basketball. Like, look, I know I get it. Michael
Oh.
Jordan came from New York, man. Even if he was only there for a few months, you know, like might not play
So,
for us, but he from there, you know. Like,
all right, East Coast. All right.
but yeah. But they're not New York. They're East Coast, but they're not New
I'm,
York.
I'm just saying.
Knuckle-Doo might qualify as the South, to be fair. Like the way that plays out, you know. um, and then one more American made it to almost shut me up. Probably the god of Dalzim himself, Filipino champ from he's from NorCal. Um, and yeah, dude, he's probably the reason why I started playing Dalzim in Street Fighter 4 because I saw him doing dumb shit to people, and I was like, that shit looked funny and fun. Um, and it's funny because this guy continuously shits on this game. He literally a few tournaments ago was mouthing to a stream like, "Yo, fuck Street Fighter 5." But he's
Wow,
like,
why?
because he hates this game. Like, he's part of that stereotype figure that I described to you, like all these people who play Street Fighter because there's money in it but hate it. You know, he's probably one of those players. But he's historically like since Street Fighter 4, he's kind of synonymous with Dalzim, and he got to a point where he hated Dalzim too. Just he hated Dalzim in Street Fighter 4 because like just the way that game is, it's probably not conducive to him winning, you know? But he's also so good with that character that like he would just not play anymore but only play at tournament and still be really good. He always gave Daigo a hard time because Dalzim's always been a tough matchup for Ryu. So he would always be, if they ever faced in tournament, more often than not, he would beat Daigo, even if he had no chance of winning the real thing, you know?
And this is back when Zygo was like,
Oh, actually important, yes.
okay.
Now Daigo is the legend. Now Daigo is Jay-Z. Daigo is fine. He makes my. He's one of
still
few.
a legend.
Yes, he sponsors himself. That's how godlike he is. Like, he has his own team. So Daigo is fine, but he's like Jay-Z in that he makes money in other ways. You know, the wins are for the new tier, you know? But he has other ways. But yeah, no, Champ made it in with Dalzim, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm always saying like, yo, Dalzim can't win in this game. And that's probably still true. But Champ is just godlike, you know, like so I was like, this is amazing. Like this man's actually in top 8 at EVO with motherfucking Dalzim, you know? Like, that's insane. So that was probably one of the ridiculous things. The other people who made top 8 are all Japanese. Itabashi Zangief. Fucking Zangief's in his name.
Is the players diverse in terms of, the characters?
All right, so look, Punk is Karen, but like Punk is Philly. His main person's Karen. Knuckle-Doo is Gao and Armika. It's for freedom, you know. Filipino champ is Dalzim. Itabasi Zangief. Can you guess who that guy plays?
Yeah.
So yeah, he plays Zangief. He was one of the pioneers of all Zangief stuff in Street Fighter 4, hence the name, Itabashi Zangief. And ironically, even though that's his name, I think he was originally a Virtual Fighter player back in the day. But yeah, no, Itabashi Zangief is one of my favorite players because he's like ridiculous in the sense that like he probably plays like a lunatic but can win. He still wins, you know? Like all the wrong, like he you could see him just turning the 360 sticks, like, because he's the Zangief that really wants to throw you more often than not, you know? And, you know, if that means taking the L, then that means taking the L, you know?
Yeah.
Kazunoko, Kami, he was the last Street Fighter 4 champion. But Ever since Street Fighter V, his era of dominance has not been so strong. He's originally a Guilty Gear player. He was always like a psychopath in that he had no defense. He was all offense, but this game has not been too kind to him, but he's here. He's still here. He's not been too kind. When I say things like that, is that like he used to win like a lot, like just be the guy winning. So he'll still make good placement, but now he's not guaranteed to win anymore. You know?
Yeah. He's just not.
Like, look. So I read you those four. Like, so right now it's Punk and Itabashi Zangief. I love Itabashi Zangief. He's a lunatic, but because he's a lunatic, Punk should probably destroy him. And Knuckle is also the god, and he'll probably also destroy Kazunoko. So it will probably be, which is crazy, an American finals. You know, like
The characters sound pretty diverse, which is kind of cool. That it's.
and then the losers bracket. I ain't finished that. So the losers bracket has Moke. He's brand new. Apparently, he's an online player in Japan. So he's unsponsored. Everything plays Recede. He's one of the, I guess, the hidden legendary players. Like a lot of people didn't know about him. Like if you don't play online, you probably don't know this guy exists. So he's a Rashid player, and he also plays. I just saw him play today. He seems really offensive. Like he's going forward a lot. It's pretty crazy. And then MOV Chun Li. MOV, probably one of my favorite Street Fighter players of all time. That man plays. I know him going all the way back to like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, even though I think he played Capcom SNK too. But yeah, he would play Chun Li in Third Strike. I think he played Ibuki actually in Street Fighter 4. But yeah, no, he's just like an awesome legend. Tokido, one of the gods, the 5 original Japanese gods of arcade games. And Tokido is also probably one of the all-time fighting gamers, period, because he used to play every game. But he's also the Akuma god. But he's on Rick Fox's team, Echo Fox.
Oh yeah. No, I know his name.
So yeah, Tokido, he plays Akuma, and he'll be facing Filipino champ, the Dalzim, who, in some weird twist, Dalzim, he might have the advantage. Like he's just always loved fighting Shoto players, Filipino champ with Dalzim. So he loves Ryu, Akuma, Ken, any of that shit. He eats that shit up. But Tokido's one of the best ever, so who knows? You don't really know. But so the likelihood of the winner is probably Punk and Knuckle. Maybe Punk, like unless they have hidden tech for each other that they've been saving, which is probable. If it just goes with the likely percentage, Punk should probably win. But if Knuckle wins, that's also not a big shock either. If other people win, I think is a big shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do the matches look in terms of? Is it boring still, or have things changed?
It's more interesting to me when I don't know who you are now. Like that Moke Rashid guy, I was like, never heard of this guy. But all these other people, I was like, whatever. And when I saw Champ was still there, then I started paying attention because I was like, how does Dalzim win? This makes no sense. So I wanted to see some of it. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with him as a player. He's just really patient and really smart. I think the most interesting story didn't happen. Red Bull sponsored player from Japan called Bonchan. He's the guy I've told you about that he's stuck with Nash. So he got real hot earlier this year when everybody left Nash, and he was like, see, the character doesn't matter. Just play your player, you know? Just play who you like.
Yes, thank you.
So I think he lost first round, dude. But it's double elimination tournament. But when you lose in losers bracket, you have to play twice as many people from the point that you lost at, because you have to play every other loser.
Yeah.
So he made it all the way up to top 16 from losing his first match. So he had to play like, I think if you do winners, I think you have to play 10 or 15 matches.
That's a close way back.
Yeah, so he had to play close to 20 to 30. And then he lost on the outs. Like, had he won his match, he would be tomorrow in the top 8.
So has the culture changed, and now it's not about the top tier characters, and people are just playing the characters? I think it's still the stereotype. America, depending on how badly that person wants to win, they will pick what they believe is the top tier. And like, see, people like Punk and Knuckle they're just gods.
So they're playing who they like. Like Gao is considered top tier now, but Knuckle Doo picked Gao last year when Gao was considered okay tier. But Knuckle Doo plays Gao and Armika, so it's funny. So Armika was considered top tier last year, but now Armika is considered dog shit. But he still plays
Yo, they
Armika and
just be
Gao.
making this.
But if you look at Japan, right? Japan, except for Daigo, like who's just how he hasn't been having like a good run. He switched to Gao, so he's no longer the Ryu guy now. But Japan doesn't really care. They like I put my eggs in this basket, and they kind of just stick with their character. That guy stuck with Nash. All the guys from last year, Sako probably also he switched to Akuma this year, but I think he's still the people who have switched are the people still trying to find it seems their alignment with the game. But everyone else kind of like they just settled on their character. And a lot of the Americans probably the same thing. They're probably just playing their character. But there's a few people who like I think people who maybe even aren't good players, like maybe even people here locally, like when that shit happens and the tier switches happen, like people just hop on, you know? They just hop
Yeah,
on the train. But yeah, I don't think people are like tier riding. Like, yeah, like this every
that's
single
good.
character in this top 8 is different. So
That's how.
you'd
I'm
be
glad
happy to
that's
hear this. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you play online, who knows? Because we were getting matched up with whack people when you used to play. You used to always hate playing Ryu and Ken. But I saw a match today, right? Ryu versus Ken, and the announcers went, "Oh my god, you never see this matchup." Ryu
wow.
versus, because no one in tournament plays those characters, you know? Like, it's
Okay,
really rare, you know? And
that's
remember,
good.
Ken last year was the hot shit, but now the only people who play Ken this year are the people who like Ken, because he's considered dog shit too now, you know?
Right, right.
So
All the characters are really good and dog shit at the same time. So,
I think
granted,
for
I
this
realize
game,
they buff and nerf
I think
characters.
for this game, it's definitely true though. Like, being low tier in this game, like, it's not as spread out as other games. Like, I think everybody is still good in this game, except for maybe Fang. But I feel like everybody is still good in this game. Um, even if there is a tier, I know you don't believe in tiers, but even if the tier system here is still real good, like everybody has a chance in this game to me. But, but yeah, like
That's not that. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not. Matter of fact, we're not even doing that.
I mean, but yeah,
All right.
like apart from like seeing that guy Moke today, like I didn't really see, I
Here you
wasn't
think I'm
really
over?
see any cool matches. I'm trying to check this. Someone asked me. I was talking with another person from New York today because he used to work esports. He got 33rd place because he was asking me like how Infiltration's doing because that guy for the first half of last year was the king of Street Fighter 5. But I told him like, yo, that guy disappeared. He won EVO last year. He got 33rd place this year. It seemed with Nash, but it just looked like this year he disappeared. The few times he has played, he's kind of sucked. And he got married. It looked like maybe he's just gotten engulfed with real life lately. But were you gonna ask me about Marvel?
Do they have anything on that?
I
Marvel's
couldn't. First
Capcom?
off, that game had to fight to be an Evo. It was a last minute entry to Evo, and they have what they do every year is they have a charity donation. So whoever donates the most money for charity, their game gets to be in the games that got left off. And Marvel was that game, so Marvel didn't have it barely got in, you know. Um,
Wow.
I tried watching it today. I was just bored out of my fucking mind. I couldn't watch this shit. Um,
Really? Why?
this is now. This isn't the prime era. No one cares about this game. Anybody playing it who's quote unquote good, not to take away from them, but I mean like, it's like, yeah, it's like all the legends are gone. Like no one cares. I just saw right here. F Champ got 17th place. That guy was one of the gods of this game. Like, yo, man, if that dude cared about this game, he would have been bust everyone's ass, you know? Like Chris G, is he still playing? Yeah, he is actually. So look, he's the god that didn't
And
forget.
this is the new Marvel.
Well, yeah, it's just a new people. Look, Justin Wong's here too, but it's just like all the names, like if no one cares, there's no real money in this game. So it's a bunch of new kids who I've never heard of who it reminds me of like Street Fighter 5 a little bit. Like like, dude, if people were really doing it, like, it would be totally different, you know? But yeah, I don't know who any of these people. I don't know who Joey D is. I don't know who Not Enough Damage is. No Life, Quick Buy. I know Paradigm actually, but yeah, like damn, look, Ray lost. Like man, like what's going on?
Damn, Ray lost.
Yeah, Ray's from New
That
York.
just sounded. And he's from New York. Oh yeah, damn.
Oh look, this guy unknown got 13th place. There's a meme. I just shared it. It's not a meme, but it's a Twitch clip of. I believe it was him. It was unknown, but he's hugging.
Twitch.
Twitch has this new thing called clips, and it's like people edit out instantaneous. They instantly edit out a clip of your stream that might be funny or for whatever reason, you know. And he was talking to this girl. She's a very famous fighting game girl, and he puts his arm around her, and she gets up, like because it looks like he's trying. They're in the club because you can stream from anywhere on your phone now, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah. So then he tries to play it off and just starts looking at his phone. And shit.
Yeah, come on, but yeah, you gotta, hey. No, I'll just check my text messages.
Yeah, he got 13th place. Now that thing is going viral. Like it's just fucking hilarious.
Damn, it's not a good week, huh? Not a good week.
So quick thing on Mark, like KsB is still in it. He's the legendary god, so he has a good chance of winning. But the new god that rose when everyone retired is this guy called Ryan LV. Plays Chun-Li, Morrigan, Phoenix, right? And he does Chun-Li kicks 5 times in a row while he summons Morrigan to build meter for Phoenix. So he's basically a stall tactic for Phoenix, you know?
More Phoenix shenanigans, okay.
Yeah. Like so he's been like the new god dominating. So him and KsB tend to go back. KsB is the guy who invented Dr. Doom Morrigan. Maybe the man who killed Marvel himself.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Let's see. Melee finished tonight. I just saw that. Melee, that's the GameCube Smash Brothers. Amazingly enough, this game's still alive. This game is proof that all the people who bitch about whatever sequel sucks today, man up, fuck today's game, go play the game you like. They have just as many people following this 20-plus-year-old game more than any other fighting game not named Street Fighter. You know, like
yeah.
They pull in more numbers than Tekken and all these things. Easy, you know what I mean? But this has to be the most depressing game because this game has what they call the 5 gods. And if any of those 5 gods show up to your tournament, and if your tournament matters, more than one of them is going to show up, well, then that's your top 5 right there. So the top 4 are Mewtwo King, one of the 5 gods. Top 3, third place, Hungry Box, the other god. Mango, number 2, the god. And of course, Armada, the Swedish god. So yeah, I mean it's sad because it's like it's cool story that this game still exists, but it's the same 4 people. That's what I'm saying. Like if your goal is to play this fucking game, this must be the most demoralizing shit. Because if you thought Daigo's run was bad, like this shit is ridiculous. Like you could probably check this shit for years, and it's probably like I bet you they own more than 95% of meaningful victories. Those 5 players. It's fucking ridiculous. And I bet you those 5% might belong to this guy called Leffen, the God Killer. So, but
that's crazy.
Injustice, damn, they finished Injustice 2 today. I couldn't even watch that. I thought I could watch that game, but I couldn't. Like, I'm kind of attached right now to like the era I knew, and like Sonic Fox lost, and I just stopped watching because I don't care about this game, dude.
What about KOA?
Yeah, we're not even gonna talk about it. Yeah, it's over. Here, Guilty Gear. I saw some of this, but this one looked bad too. That Johnny player I was telling you.
You just don't like any of the same.
Well, no, because yeah. I mean, there's some of that because it's just like I'm trying to live my life, but like some of it, if it's too predictable too, like I like Guilty Gear, but man, like all these Japanese players, man, it was just like if you see this is like old Street Fighter. If you see that flag and it's American there, stop watching. You know, like So that Johnny player Omito, he won the whole thing again. So I guess that's back to back 2 EVOs. Um, this was really cool. I believe he's Japanese. His name's T5M7. That might mean something else that I don't know.
Dude.
But he was sponsored by our Kappa, which is the fighting game group on Reddit. So, and he got second place, and he plays Leo, which I feel was famous for being an American Guilty Gear character. Like that's who Americans would play. So he got second place. I almost thought he might win just because it's Leo, and I feel like sometimes when they don't know the matchup as well, not to say he doesn't know it, but you're probably not playing a lot of Leos, you know?
Gotcha.
Third place was pretty cool too because there was a chip player. And then fourth was Nage. Nage is like one of the legendary Guilty Gear players. He's the god of Faust. And I was like, oh man, he's probably going to do real good. I didn't see this guy. I wish I saw this guy. 5, Pure. He's a Jackal. The pumpkin girl?
Yep. Very crazy character. Very annoying, but yes.
6 was Kazunoko, the same Kami player from Street Fighter. So he plays Raven in this game. That's cool because when he comes to America, he usually wins Guilty Gear easy because most of the Japanese aren't here. But it's interesting to see him play when he has to fight all his brothers here. So he gets put in his place. And then 7th was Jam, and then 8 was the Venom God, 310. They be having some names, though. Like some of these Japanese.
But you found yourself being bored by Guilty Gear as well.
Well, no, I liked it yesterday, but yesterday was pools. That was my favorite stream yesterday. Today it was boring because it was like, all right, Omito's gonna win, like the Johnny player, you know. So I didn't watch it all. I only caught it towards the top 3. Had I seen these other guys like the Jackal player, I probably would have enjoyed it more. Like if I saw from the beginning.
Just so everyone knows, I'm not talking as much just because I.
You don't watch this shit. I saw all of KOF
as
14.
deep as you do. All right, so what's going on with KOF?
That was cool. Cause I was told you that was Zhao Hai, who's probably famous to most people as a Street Fighter player, but he came from KOF. So he still plays both. He doesn't matter right now in Street Fighter. But just as if you rewind to last summer, he had a good 2 months of being the best player in Street Fighter. Before America took it and never let go. He's probably the last Asian player to be, in my opinion, the top Street Fighter player. And now it belongs to America, and we're not letting it go, probably. But yeah, Zhao Hai lost, and probably a shock to many people, to this Taiwan player, ET, with Liana, Damon, and Benny Maru. Zhao Hai was running Kula. No. That wasn't. His final team was Benny Maru, Iori, and Robert. Yeah, that's who I saw him play with. But yeah, it seemed what was giving him the problems was Damon, them grapplers, dude. The Street Fighter player is Snake Eyes, right? He plays Zangief. And maybe, I'm sure this was going on a lot, but to me, in my opinion, that player, Snake Eyes, taught me, like, man, you know how you be really godlike with a grappler? If you can win these matches without grabbing anybody, because then you have like true command over your character, you know, and you don't gotta worry about this overly powerful move. And if you do that move, well, then they're fucked, you know.
Yes, bonus, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like the guy. I used to see him play Street Fighter 4, and he would win matches without ever even throwing people. And this guy seemed to be able to do that with Diamond, and it would frustrate Zhao Hai so much that he would do something stupid, and then he would throw him, and then it was really over, you know. So
that's what that's really for, you know.
Yeah. Like if I were to play a fighting game right now, like you saw me at the end, like I was playing Hugo in Street Fighter 4 and I was playing Potemkin in Guilty Gear. I feel
like I always play retards and
I think I like that too. Like look, like if I could take fighting games seriously, like I would probably play Fang, because I think I just want to play weird people now. I just want to be different. But yeah, like if I would play a fighting game right now, like I would probably want to play a grappler. And I'd probably
be playing Ibuki.
You?
For Street Fighter 5, yeah. Ibuki?
Yeah, no, she's cool. But I would probably play a grappler, and then I would try to learn how to play without throwing. and get some fundamentals down and sit. And then the side tournaments, I don't really. They had a side tournament for Dangeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition. It's an anime game that didn't really blow up in America.
Wow, that sounds super.
It has
Super
Akira
true.
from Virtual Fighter in it, but it's really not a Virtual Fighter game. He's just a guest character.
That sounds super true.
Gonichi won. Gonichi is like he was the Uniel god. And I think he might be good at Melty Blood too. Chaos Code, New Sign of Catastrophe. I don't know what that game is.
Jeez.
Abigen. He's a
You're
Japanese
missing out.
player.
It's a pro game.
Hokotu no Ken. That's I believe that's the legendary Fist of the North Star. So that was there. I don't really know any of those players. Persona 4.
How many people were there? Was it like in terms of the success of the attendance of these games we always talk about?
I think. Shit,
Kind of
let me
not
see if I
like
can
Street
pull that
Fighter
up. Let me
5.
see if I can pull that up. Fuck.
Was it
EVO 2017 attendance. There's a real good article if I can get that from. If I can get that from Event Hubs, that'd be really nice. Yeah, because they have one where they compared it to like every year for the going back to 2012. I remember doing the math. I don't even know why. It's something I did for myself. I'm pretty sure they had more attendees last year. I can probably confirm it right now by just doing the math. But a lot of the games had overall drops. So like together there was more. Like Street Fighter 5, right? 2,622 players. That sounds like a lot. But last year they had 5,000 people, 102 people. But last year was the hype of Street Fighter 5. Like every tournament going up to EVO was like fucking just ridiculous amounts of people entering. Final round, the tournament in Atlanta that starts the year off every year. They got criticized heavily last year because it was like the tightest thing ever, but they had no idea. They had 900 people, like plus, enter, and like that never happened to them before, you know? So it was the excitement that was Street Fighter 5. And it was just bubbling. But I did pools in EVO last year. Let me tell you, a lot of people didn't show up because a lot of people were playing every other game. So it looked like everyone signed up for Street Fighter 5. Because that was the one everybody was championing. But yeah, this year that number got chopped in half, 2,600. So that sounds, yeah, and that's never happened before. It's always been incremental increase. 2012, these are going to be Street Fighter 4 numbers, right? But look, 2012 was 1520, 2013 1602, 2014 1981, 2015 2236. You know, and then last year it blew up times 2. And then this year it came right back to normal. So if you skip last year as the anomaly year, if you go back 2 years, it's 2236 versus 2622. It's still going up. But now we're back to reality. Last year, to me, I think was the bubble going like esports is here. So everybody was riding the wave. And now the people who actually give a shit to me are back in control. You know, everything calmed down now, you know?
Very well.
KOF, a game that a lot of people felt shouldn't have even been here, because games like Killer Instinct got cut.
How did the game look?
What do you mean? How's the game look?
Yeah, I mean like the fights. Like how did it? Yeah.
It looked like KOF, man. It's long. That's why they put that shit on Friday. It's long. It's the longest top 8 of your life because everybody's doing 3-on-3s. You know, like, it take forever. They're long and drawn out. There's a lot of people doing the mid hop that me and you probably never got down. It's really fast, crazy ass combos that me and you never got down in that game. Yeah, it's real shit, but I think it's a niche shit. You know, like people don't care right about that game, and it didn't help when it came out. They don't have a real esports tournament behind them. They came out year 1 with the graphics looking like dog shit, even with the upgrade midway, because they actually did a graphical patch But it was like too late. So KOF hasn't been at EVO since 2014. So if you have to compare it from 2014 to 2017, it's 320 to 375, you know?
Okay.
So it's some type of increase. But the year before it had 434, and then the year before, 2013 it had 434, and then in 2012 it had 1061. But I believe that's the year they gave a free T-shirt if you entered KOF. So that's why people did it.
Heavy. Wow. Wow. Okay. Heavy, huh?
So it's hard to build a lot of people playing this game. Marvel, the game that I told you barely made it this year, had 648 people, but last year it had 781. You know,
Street Fighter was still the king, but there was drop off.
what's up?
I said Street Fighter was still the king.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's not even a question. Um, I'm gonna get to this later, like the Smash games, and explain something. But uh, Blaze Blue, I can't believe they. I feel like that game only made it here based on the fact they cut off Killer Instinct. Not that I even like that game, but I'm just like, really? Like, because that's like a Japan only game. Evo is finally going to do Evo Japan in January. And I think they wanted to play nice because that's a game that matters over there, you know? So I think out of goodwill, I think Blaze Blue made it. Blaze Blue had 499 people. The last time Blaze Blue was at Evo was 2014, and it was 511. So it's about the same pretty much, you know? Here's the surprise, and I've been noticing this at every tournament. Tekken, the only, probably really the only real game here, because there is some growth in Injustice, but that has like a 2-year gap. The only game that had real growth, Tekken had 1,278 people. And
Oh wow.
yeah, I know. And last year it had 550, you know?
So 100%.
Yeah. That's crazy. Last year it was just an arcade machine because the game didn't exist. Last year it was Tekken 7, even though it came out this June. They had people just play it in the arcade. Um, this year, yeah, they had it there, and fuck, and in every tournament, like it just seems a lot of people are watching on Twitch. Like a lot of people care, and I'm like, this is weird to me. I didn't expect this, you know. This is what I found shocking too. I expected Street Fighter 5, as many people did, to suck. Same with Marvel a little bit, but like I expected those games to drop off. There's a lot of hate, and it's fun to hate those games. But the one thing we all agree on is, man, those Smash people, they kick a lot of ass. And they both had declines. Last year, Melee had 2,300. This year, it had 1,400. You know. Smash 4, the new one, 2,600 last year. This year, 1,500. I don't know what happened there. Like, so
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was like weird. Like 1,000 drop off for each game with that. Still a lot of people. And like I said, if any one of those people, like if that community could, because they don't play each other's game. Like if they could ever get their shit together and team up, yeah, they would be right there with Street Fighter, you know, and just be their own kind of force, you know. And they already are their own force. They don't even really travel with. Evo's kind of the only time they really unite with us, you know. There's a few other tournaments, like CEO, but even when they're at the tournaments that they're at, like even this tournament, you can go watch. Those people don't interact with us, and vice versa, you know. They're really their own thing already, you know.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct numbers are here, even though there was none this year. 547 last year, and it was growing a little bit every year. But yeah, no, it didn't make it this year. It was a charity game. Guilty Gear had 909 people last year. Now it had 827. The new Guilty Gear came out, so it was obvious it was gonna be there. But I believe, just like Blaze Blue, they're like, nah, we keeping these games here, even though they're Japanese dominant, just for Japan Evo that's about to happen. Because Street Fighter 5 hasn't even been announced for Japan Evo. And it might not even be there because it's not the season, the esports season. First, people don't like this game. And then the tournament season doesn't happen in January. January is an off month, so they might just literally not put it there, which would suck because of all the places to have a Street Fighter V tournament. I think Japan is a really good place to do it, you know. But
Yeah.
whatever. And then Injustice wasn't there for the last 2 years because we were living in a Mortal Kombat 10 world. But so yeah, if you compare it to the last Injustice in 2014, it went from 313 to 883, which is a lot. But if you compare it to last year in Mortal Kombat, which those players both play those same games, Mortal Kombat had 712 last year and it had 883 this year in Injustice, so it's still growth.
Well,
It seems like that scene is also growing as well too. Like I see they be putting up numbers now that they have their own little esports tour. Like it looks like a lot of Tekken and Injustice are starting to build some momentum. Not that they're gonna catch Street Fighter V, but they're starting to build a little community. I'm confident the Injustice community will survive in some type of way, but I have no data on this Tekken community. I don't know if that's really gonna exist, you know. So we'll see. And when I say that, I mean like as a big esports type thing, you know, as a big community.
because you
Instead of
think,
just being hard.
the community drives the,
Yeah.
like,
So I think I did the math on all of last year's versus here, I can probably like do it again real quick, but I feel like I did the math on all of last year's numbers versus this year. And I feel like there was more this year though, even with the drop offs. Like wait, one. So I think it was like 13. So it's 13,630 for last year. But you also have to keep in mind that a lot of these players, a lot of those people are like playing multiple games. So it doesn't even add up to 13,000 actual people, you know? That's just people signed up for a game, you know?
I got you. Okay. You said that was last year, though, right?
Yeah.
What is it this year?
Hold up. Oh, I guess it's less. My bad. It's 10,000. No, it was 10,000. I deleted it already, but it was 10,000 something something. So 3,000 more last year. But again, like these players could potentially be playing multiple games, you know.
Okay, I got you.
And then like I said, like you had like Street Fighter alone last year had 2,000 extra people, but a lot of those people never even played the game last year because I remember doing pools there and people just wouldn't show up because they were playing other games or whatever, you know. They didn't care, like they
Gotcha.
just wanted to be a part of the ride. So
It's not very. So it's not super accurate.
yeah, it's just something like I
Were
don't
there?
really know how many people went this year versus last year. Like looking at my feed this year, like I see a lot of people going because like it seems to be now it's a thing, it's an event. So I see a lot of cosplayers and a lot of people just going to watch. So
It's just part of the culture.
yeah, it's
Our
becoming a
culture.
thingy now. So even if less people showed, it might have made more money because now you're getting consumers there instead of hangout people, you know? So
Were there any? I guess my last question, in case maybe or were there any? Are there going to be any like matches that are must sees, or were there any
oh,
like
tomorrow?
suit or today that you've seen that were like, or have there been any like highlight matches that have been crazy that
Oh,
people should
there's
check
probably a
out?
bunch I
If
even
any?
missed. But I think the most ridiculous thing, if I could read this, yeah, pulling it up right now. This shit's insane. Sunday. The finals. First off, I'm impressed they did this. I think EVO is like they want to protect the brand, so this might be the only year this even happens. This is gonna be the one and only old school event. Back in the days when these things were on the ground level and there was no words as esports, or in the fighting game community, fuck esports, as we used to say. Everything would be on the mainstream, you know? And if you want to see that game, that's cool, but you need to sit through this bullshit, you know, that you don't care about, you know? So everybody is supporting everybody, whether you wanted to or not. But then esports came and Capcom got their channel and Tekken. So now if you're watching a tournament on Sunday, you got to switch to the Capcom channel and then the Tekken channel and then the Injustice channel, you know? And you even had to do that last year with EVO, with Capcom at least. But now they're all on channel EVO. They're not on Capcom. Even Street Fighter, which has not given in for a long time, even Street Fighter is on EVO's Twitch channel. So it's going to be like the old school days, all one stream. All of you have to sit through Smash and say how whack a game it is, you know? But was
so
even
they brought it back.
Yeah, so that's cool. I will probably enjoy that.
You like the forced watching?
Yeah, I might miss it. I was going to miss it, though, because this is what's going to be insane. The first match, if you're in Las Vegas, which I felt this was double disrespect because they were playing Marvel vs. Capcom super late last night. Top 8 is Marvel 3. They're the first game up, and I get it. That game sucks, and it hasn't been doing well lately. Actually, I don't get. Damn, you know why Marvel 3 is the fucking Marvel 3 is the charity game. Blaze Blue even comes after Marvel 3. That's fucked up. Is that Blaze Blue? Am I reading that right? That makes no sense. That can't be right. I swear Blaze Blue's over. That's crazy. That's not even the insane thing I wanted to tell you about. That's just shocking. Wow, Blaze Blue top 8 is tomorrow. They're gonna make people watch that. That's gonna be hilarious. Marvel 3 is at 7:45 a.m. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
All that because they want to put it on one channel. That's ridiculous. That arena is gonna be empty. Las Vegas on a Saturday night, Sunday morning turnover. Yo, if you're there, you're working. You know, you're working that. You're doing press. You're doing something, or you're playing. Damn, 7:45 a.m. That sucks. Blaze Blue 10 a.m. That's a little bit more normal. And then 12:30 is this. I can't even read this. I have no idea what that is. I'm going to assume that's Injustice. That would make sense because I can't read that. But now I'm curious. What game has that symbol? Because did Injustice finish tonight? It did. So like, what game is that?
Anyway,
I'm just really curious.
Wait, so
that symbol looks crazy.
Are there any good
oh, that's Tekken.
Matches?
Hold on. Tekken, Smash Brothers, Street Fighter 5. All right. And then, no, the other thing I wanted to tell you. So, look, Tekken happens at 12:30. That's cool. At 3 o'clock happens Smash Brothers 4. That will be aired on Disney Channel as well. On TV.
Wow.
The Disney Channel, son. Esports,
Wow.
bitch. Smash Brothers, Disney. Let's go.
Brad, 2.0.
Street Fighter 5 at 7. They don't got no Disney Channel, but you know what they got? ESPN 2. So yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah. Disney back to back. Disney with ESPN 2. That's on.
Wow.
So yeah. You can get your professional commentary from ESPN and Disney.
Well,
But yeah, you wanted memorable matches. I'm sure there was a bunch that I missed. I think watching Banchan do his run, especially after I found out he was still not lost, because he lost, like I said, the first round in losers Every time he played was cool.
And clawed his way back. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Um, the final of King of Fighters was cool because that dude was like, he had this look on his face like, I'm gonna blow it again, but he didn't. um, Guilty Gear was cool to see those guys, but I didn't see a good Guilty Gear match because every time I saw them play, it was always one sided. So it was more like ooh and ah, but it wasn't like a cool match that I saw anyway. I just didn't see the right ones. Oh man, I didn't see. I missed a lot of these Street Fighter ones. That might be it, dude, because I probably just haven't been watching enough. I was watching Melee tonight, but I mean, that wasn't as memorable. It's like the same four guys winning. It's yeah, that might be it. I mean, I'll still like show up and be around this stuff because I like it, but it's like it was starting to be background for me, a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just different time
It's
in my life.
definitely
I might get to watch a
further
lot
out
of the
now.
EVO because I've made an agreement to wake up early and take pictures for somebody, which pisses me the fuck off. So I might get like 2 hours of sleep. Sucks.
Wow.
Sucks
There you go.
balls.
Right.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, like you can find any game here. Like yo, I was watching on stream for like a minute because I wasn't gonna watch this game, but Yada, how you say this shit? Yada Gasurasu. I can't even pronounce that shit.
Yeah, just stop on him.
But that was a game made by a bunch of people who used to work for the old SNK. So it's like a fake KOF. It looks very much like Last Blade. Um, but yeah, a game made like that in this era, no one gives a fuck. So it died on arrival. But people were playing it at this tournament. Um, and I saw people playing Melty Blood 3. That game must be so fucking old. I don't know if did you ever play that?
What? Melty blood?
Yeah, that was almost like it probably fits in the whole Guilty Gear style game, Blaze Blue style game. But
Nah, no.
that game, I'm trying to figure out like when did part 3 come out? So y'all old this shit is. Well, the game Multi Blood 1 seems 2004, so you can just maybe add on a few years. And that tells you. But yeah, it was just cool seeing people play that. You don't really see that.
Something different.
Yeah. I haven't seen people play Catherine, but I'm sure somebody's playing it. I always liked that game. I always wanted to be good at that game. Catherine? You ever heard of that?
No.
It's a one-player game that most people don't even know has a versus mode because you have to beat the one-player game to get the versus mode. But it's this weird game with climbing blocks and shit. It's like some puzzle. It's less a fighting game and more like a puzzle fighting game.
Okay.
It's pretty cool though. But
Very well. Very well. Puzzle fighter coming out.
that reminds me of like Devil Dice. You remember that game?
Double Dice was a super good game too.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
Double Dice was a really
Yeah.
cool game. So
Devil
some
Dice.
Bomberman too. Bomberman was another one.
Right now, there's a lot of like after party streams right now. Some from the hotel rooms. It's people playing money matches and shit. But it's all kind of whack though for me. Back in the days, like yeah, no one does. Back in the days, like all the Japanese would go to like one room with the Americans and they would all play these awesome money matches in Street Fighter. But if it's happening, it's not on stream no more. It's just everybody goes parties now and shit. Like,
Oh really?
yeah.
What do you think of that?
I'm sure it's happening, but like they're probably happening more on a personal level now. Just like right there in the arena, so we don't really get to see it, if you're not there.
Gotcha.
So, but that used to be like one of the coolest things. Like, it didn't matter if it didn't happen at the tournament because everybody's gonna be playing it tonight. I'm gonna watch the after party stream, and there's no PC-ness on the after party stream. But these one people try to do something like that tonight called bar fights, but those people are on PC alert for real. PC police for real. So the spirit's not there in that one.
Very well. Because Boosh likes hood
Yeah, man.
fighting game commentary. If you didn't know that, it's that East Coast flavor, right?
That's what makes it fun, man.
Very well.
Oh, there's this one. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to this one dude. He seems to be from the. I don't want to say he's from the new era, but fuck, I don't remember his name. His name is the commentator, like Eric the something.
Are you gonna give somebody a shout out?
Eli the something. Eli the Curry. Yeah, there you go. Eli the Curry. He's a new commentator I never heard of in my life. But maybe he came up through the PC era. Maybe he's an OG. I saw him talking about Street Fighter and Marvel today, but it looks like he lists Guilty Gear as his game on his Twitter. But he seems to be able to be interesting without, even when he's on PC police alert, So that was cool.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to that. That was like my new discovery, like of the tournament. Was that guy?
Well, any other pertinent EVO updates for the EVO people, EVO lovers and fighting game fighters out there everywhere?
I mean, I don't know if it's because I went last year, and then now I'm back to the stream, so maybe it sucks now because I got to see what it's like, I think I might have enjoyed it more as an experience to just see friends now more than I really want to watch this shit anymore, Like, it's more like...
You still watch it, though. You still like it. Watch it.
But I show up now a lot for, like, it needs to be a big boy event. Because there's stuff every week now. But I ignore a lot of it. But if it's, like, one of the meaningful events and I know all the homies are coming, then, like, I'll show up for a little bit at least. But I can't
So you're only watching EVO, that's what you're saying?
No. But, like, before this, I saw CEO. And CEO is, like, that's a big tournament, one of the bigger ones of the year. Maybe the second biggest. Before that, I saw Combo Breaker, another big tournament. And I don't even know what I saw before that. Like, I used to watch all the Asian tournaments last year and shit. And those are at retarded hours of the day, because they're in Asia. But now I probably haven't even seen one Asian tournament this year,
Sure.
But
so is that it? You think you're gonna wrap up this little special EVO segment, which you pretty much ran?
I think so.
But nothing more important.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, 2 of the 5 games tomorrow on national television. I guess that's a big deal for them.
I think that's interesting. I think that's crazy for the community. What are they saying about it?
You always get mixed. I think with that stuff, you're always gonna get mixed results. I think the original Legends community, all of those people, the people in it, the people who put on these events, and the famous people of the past, they're always gonna be for that because they're trying to make this a career and next level. But I think people who all you do is watch, or like people on the ground level who don't have a monetary interest in this, that's where you get mixed reactions. Some people might be yes, people might be like, what the fuck, because we showed up for one thing and now you get something else. So now, like, so. But the people in it are like, they're trying to go as far as they can, But
Okay.
it's becoming something different as it does that, as you always hear me say.
It's becoming something.
Yeah, man. It's not the Street Fighter I grew up with, like, It's like hip hop, dude. We seen that. We've heard
Yes.
Common and Cormega talk about hip hop and how it transformed. We've seen Dr. Dre switch labels. You know, like
Oh man.
I ain't even get to talk about the Defiant ones yet. So
Fine. Oh no.
the documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. I should watch it.
Yeah.
Sounds super cool. But, when does EVO end? So how long does EVO
On Sunday
want to?
night.
Sunday nights, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hop on Twitch and
Evo
check
will
out a
be
few
Evo
things.
1.
I want to look at Marvel. And
Well, you're gonna miss it unless you're gonna be on up at 7:45.
oh yeah, that's right. It's my time though too. Right?
Yeah, it's closer to. Is Las Vegas your time or
Vegas.
is it?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't remember when I was there if we had a 1 hour gap or not.
I don't think so.
But I think you can probably catch Tekken and everything. I think you're gonna miss Blaze Blue and Marvel unless you're getting up in the morning.
I'm not getting up anymore.
So in 12 o'clock you'll have Tekken. I think some of that will be cool. More than likely this guy called JDCR will win, but you never know. He might not. But he wins most of the time. If he doesn't win, there's another Korean called Ni. He'll probably win. Be interesting if none of them win though. But yeah, those two are probably the two guys to win it. And then Melee comes. I don't know if you're gonna want. I'm sorry. And Smash 4. You said you enjoyed that, so yeah, Smash 4 will air late, like at 7 or 6 or something, or 5 or 3.
I mean, it looked cool, you know.
Yeah, so Smash 4 will be there. And then Street Fighter 5's that night, so that's of course you can catch that if you want.
Of course, I can catch Street Fighter.
Yeah, because it's always last. It's always gonna be Street Fighter last or Marvel. Marvel in the day before it started being a mainstream thing, because Marvel, since this was America's event, but they switched it to Street Fighter for the world, because the world doesn't care about Marvel. If you watch Smash, who's there? Zero, Tweak, Salem, Larry, Lur, Ken, who ironically Ken plays Sonic. His name's all capital too, K-E-N. He plays Sonic. The Buzz, Void, Narrow. I know some of these guys. Zero, he had like a 60 game win streak, like 60 tournament win streak for a minute or something. He's one of the G's in this. So he's always gonna be up there. Who's in Tekken? Yeah, needs the same people I just told you about. So who's in Blaze Blue? Oh, dude, this guy's not even. He doesn't even play Blaze Blue no more. Wow, sucks. I don't even know none of these Blaze Blue players.
You just know it now.
Yeah, no, the last guy I knew on this was like Dogura. He got 49th place. But Blaze Blue is in a certain place in life now, you know? So he's not probably playing it like as he used to. This is what I'm saying with some of these older games. Like Dogura, last time Blaze Blue was at EVO, Dogura got 2nd place. This year he got 49th. But it's also like this year, you know? The game is a certain age. There's not a lot of money in it. So certain people are playing this game now, you know? And
Gotcha.
Dogura over the years has become I play Street Fighter 5. like at one point he was that Blaze Blue player who played Street Fighter 5 and 4. But now he's Dogura. Like most people probably know him for Street Fighter and some Guilty Gear, you know? Now, just because it's higher profile games, you know?
Very well. Yeah, I might check out a few.
Yes.
If I get a chance. But I don't know. Is that it for Evo, for the people? The game tangent? That was an in-depth analysis of Evo.
I'm surprised I talked that much about this.
Yeah, that was an in-depth analysis.
Study that shit. I still Evo
that you
fighting
barely
games.
watched.
Yeah, I know. Fighting games is like NBA. Like it's still in a place for me whether I watch it or not that I can probably still talk enough about it. Um, I talked to my friend was in the hospital a week ago, and he's a fighting game player, and we talked for fighting games for like an hour. I'm like, yo, I haven't even played a fighting game in like months. like,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but I just know the culture, you know. And same with NBA. Like that's how I can do it with David and Danny because I know enough of it. I might make a mistake. When Leon and all of them were there, I said a player was on the wrong team, and I quickly like figured it out like a minute later. But I mean, like, yeah,
For the most part, you can. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously, don't pay much attention to EVOs. They're cool. You just always been more up on some of that stuff.
Did you want to do another song of the week?
Song of the week, part two.
Or
Two.
it could be
Two.
we could just mention that Trump had that marching band play for him. Did you see that?
Yeah, this is.
They had them play Daft Punk. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the military band.
Military beats.
We're gonna just do song of the week. Got another song? What's your song of the week?
Dude, damn it, man! You keep flexing me first.
I'm trying to work.
I'm gonna go with Max Richter. Reimagining Vivaldi concert on YouTube. That's another classical guy. That was real good. I don't know much about like old music like Vivaldi and stuff, but it definitely sounded really modernized and kind of basic, which maybe made it more listenable.
Okay.
And then the second half was a bunch of melodies that I think I've heard because he does a lot of soundtracks for movies now, and I'm like, oh, I know that song. So I think he did the music for The Arrival as well. That guy Max Richter. So.
All right.
So yeah, that guy.
Max Richter. I'm gonna go with it. This is a throwback and in line with the kind of vibe I've been listening to. Eric Sermon music featuring.
I just saw EPMD play at this award show where they honored Rakim too.
Oh, salute.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were still like not that they even just doing stuff together live. That was cool to see. But yeah, just like music. Isn't that like Marvel Gaye sample, right?
That's what I just said. That's what featuring Marvin Gaye.
Was it like because you had the playlist? Did that come up?
I made the playlist, but yeah, that's on the playlist.
Nice.
Yeah. That sounds.
Was this a Spotify playlist you made?
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually do these. Like, what do you think of that experience?
What experience?
So of the Spotify playlist experience, because I think that's the way they try to sell it to people.
That I can make playlists.
Yeah.
I could have done that.
I know, but that's a big part of their selling point, I think, seriously.
I mean, it's in terms of like the interface is very easy to do. So I mean, I appreciate that in terms of, the app just being real easy to make a playlist and whatever. And being able to see other people's playlists, I think that's cool. I think seeing other people's collection of whatever they call something cool. As far as being able to make a playlist in and of itself.
In terms of a heavy bias here, have you added ALR Boosh to your playlist and support the homie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sounds like a no. That sounds like
I may not have.
Come on.
But to be fair, I don't really use this either. Like,
just saying, come on, man. The Mountain songs is good enough for you to listen to.
See, but you know what? The Mountain song is on my phone, and I sometimes actually listen to.
I get no money when you play it on your phone, so put it on Spotify. That's 0.004 cents. If that's really a cent, that's actually not a cent.
All right, let's go on your thing now, Nab. so he can get this money, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
How you say it?
yeah, that's
Show you how you get this money.
Very well.
Then he like sold me some shit the other week, and I don't remember what he told me, but then he was like, it was said in the Phil, this is how we get this money voice.
Who knows? Wait, so what do you got here?
I think I got like
How many?
6 or 4 songs, right?
Okay. Oh.
But mountains, there it is.
All right. See, look, I'm following now.
Yeah. Oh, you following? Yeah, follow me too. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Very well.
Yo, my playlist has a follower too. That's amazing. Because I use like a different name for my playlist. I have a playlist of songs of everybody I know in
Yeah, I
real
said
life.
we should start making playlists.
Yeah, you should. And they'll be different in this one. But I have a rotate. I have a list I have a playlist of songs of people I know in real life that happen to be on Spotify as well. And I just play it on loop to give us support. But that playlist is called Bacon Bits, and it has 1 follower. That's cool because it's not me. Because it's not like
Very well.
yeah.